Yep. Yeah. So read.
It's set, eh?
Mm.
Okay.
No, it's already recording.
The mic is good.
Yep. All right.
I can have my tea as with
Please feel free
this
as
is
I
ginger tea.
introduce. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching in from. My name is Gardner, and this is the Raw Mind Talk. And this show is where we deconstruct life principles. We bring you people that have moved steps ahead, and they come back to tell us the journey, how it is, and two or three things you'll pick from and become better and live better. So today we have one and only uh, Kevin Odong. Kevin Odong has been through what every one of us has been through. I normally tell you that addiction is not only about alcohol. Today we are addicted to religion, we're addicted to our small screens, we're addicted to alcohol, we're addicted to smoking, we're addicted to substance. But the word is just addiction. And this is episode we are going to deconstruct and find two or three ways how we can move past this addiction. So, Kevin, how are you?
Very fine.
Good to meet you today.
Good to see you too.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
You're doing fine.
I'm doing fine. Everything is cool. Yes,
I can see.
I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. Thank you for honoring
Yes.
our invitation here
Yes.
at the Raw Mind Talk, where we deconstruct some of these principles and get two or three things that our audience
Yes.
can learn from to better up themselves.
Yes.
But before we jump into the
Yes.
trusting discussion, tell
Yes.
us, who is Kevin Odong?
My name is Kevin Odongo. In Kenya, we call it Kevin Odongo. I'm from Kenya.
Yeah.
And born and bred in Kenya. In Kenya, the two different mindsets we normally say in Kenya is either growth mindset or fixed mindset. But I come from Kisumu. Now I was raised up in Kisumu, but I grew up in Nairobi. I was raised up in Kisumu, went to school in Nairobi, a bit of Nairobi, part of my college. Then now I live in Malindi. Apart from that, I'm a motivational speaker as well in Kenya, and a speaker in terms of I focus on attitude, I focus on leadership, and that's part of what I do.
Attitude, leadership from Kisumu. Kisumu borders our own
Yes,
towns of Uganda.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Before we jump into leadership and attitude, I see that is a very big step.
Yes.
How did it start? Give me something about you that behind the scenes
Yes.
that pushed you, because at times people become who they are
Yes.
based on their past.
Yes.
So try to take us through your own life journey.
Okay. Great. I have a wonderful story, kind of a powerful story, because I grew up with a bit of challenges because I had asthma. I was asthmatic ever since I was young. So I had asthma. So by the time I got into high school, I would go to sleep with Ventolin. I don't know that Ventolin still exists.
It still exists.
It still exists.
Yeah.
So I'll go to bed with Ventolin by my side, just in case. And my prayer will be just in case I don't make it. So at some point, I met a friend of mine who told me, Kevin, let me help you out. In high school, that is. Let me help you out. I'm going to introduce you to weed.
How old were you then?
I was 16.
16.
Yes.
Oh, that's a tender age.
Remember that time I had experimented with all things. I used to smoke Embassy Kings. I started smoking when I was 14.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Take us through the journey. How did you start smoking? Was it a peer pressure? Was it the environment? Was it the desire to fit in?
Now, in Kisumu, those days, there was a club called Royale, like Royale. And it was a big thing. They used to have jam sessions. So in the afternoon, we'll experiment when we go to Form 1 to just go and sample the different musics, the different kind of music that was there. Part of my crew was smoking. So that's how I began to smoke Embassy Kings. But for me, it was affecting me because every time I smoked,
you're asthmatic, and then the
asthmatic, it will affect me. I remember at one point, I was sitting down with my mom, and my heart stopped beating. So my mom knew I was dead. like my heart stopped beating for like 30 seconds. Luckily, my mom was making tea, and she had robe, so she threw the robe, the red robe, yeah. So she threw the robe into the water and melted and brought it, and I kind of covered myself. And for me, that's how I stopped kind of smoking. I said, this is not smoking cigarette, that is, yeah. So it wasn't working for me. So when I went to high school and I'll cough the whole term, and now my friend introduced um, the weed to me. I took it as gospel truth, and he told me, he told me like, make sure that when you smoke, the smoke, you don't blow out the smoke.
You
You
inhale
have
it
to
in
inhale the
and
smoke
feel it.
and feel it. And for some reason, it worked better than Ventolin, because I believed that time. I think also in your mind, if you believe something,
Yes, yes,
it
yeah.
happens to
It
you.
happens, yeah.
So I smoked all through in Form 2, in Form 3. In Kenya, we have a system that goes up to Form 4. We don't have the Form 6. Like, I don't know whether you have it in Uganda.
Yes, we are from
You have
6. We
Form
are from
6
4 and from 6
and
then
Form 6.
university.
In Kenya, it's Form 4, then university. Then after I cleared school, the asthma also cleared. But now I became an addict
Addict, yeah. Yes.
of weed. And I knew the different types of weed, where to get it. I would roll it for myself. And I became, I became an addict.
Now, I'm trying to get the story.
Yes.
You grew up in this place, you have these people, you go out to clubs.
Yeah.
Now you see your peer friends smoking and you
Yes.
jump onto the wagon. Now it started from the cigarettes, different type of cigarettes,
It started
now
from
to
yes.
weed.
To
But
weed.
the weed did not come because you wanted it. It came like
Yes.
though you were trying to cure something.
Yes.
Little did you know that you're going to get addicted to it.
Yes.
Our audience, as you're watching, this is Kevin Odongo, and he has told us a little bit of his story, how it started. I know many of us, we have kids, many of us have been through this. And as I normally say, tell me your friends, I tell you who you are. And for him, it started as a joke, like many of us do.
Yes.
You know, let's take one, let's go play music. Little did he know that he was building a habit, was getting engraved. You know, they say, if you want your hair cut, stay long at the barber shop. Little did he know he was going to get his hair cut. Now, because of his arithmetic problem, his colleague introduces him to it. Did it work? Yes, it worked. But he was solving a problem, creating another problem.
Yeah.
And in our second episode, he's going to come and tell us now, how did it move? Now he started on weeds. How did it work?
Yes.
What was the progress? And he also share with us at what time did he feel that was about to end or enough is enough? Yes, Kevin. So now
Yes.
you take on to
Yes.
weeds.
Yes.
Asthma really stops.
Asthma
it works
stops.
more than Ventolin.
It works more than Ventolin.
Yeah.
And I'm even excited. I even have a thought like maybe if I stop smoking, the asthma will come back. So I continue.
The fear.
The fear.
Yeah.
Maybe if I stop, the asthma will continue. And I even usually like make a joke. I told God I'm too young. I don't want to die now. I had a girlfriend by then, so
You had a reason to live for.
I had a reason to live for. So I said no. I don't want to die now. So that was the motivation to go on. And at some point, I would even do like a morning in the evening. And then I also noticed that my friends used to drink a lot of whiskey, a lot of whiskey, a lot of vodka. And I also noticed like if I take weed before going to drink, I don't get drunk. So that kind of motivated me.
Now get to understand that trend. It starts from cigarettes, goes to weed.
Yes.
Now it's cutting across going to alcohol.
Yes.
And now you feel without the alcohol, then you can't sleep and the weed won't work.
And the weed won't work.
So you
I
needed
have to be able to get
something to ignite it.
To ignite it and,
Yes.
and motivate me to be able to kind of go on, because I also noticed like my concentration levels were high.
Yes.
And people have many theories, about weed, but the damage is immense on your mind, the craving. So it was a journey. It was a long journey. And I remember you asked a question like, at what point did we come to the realization?
But before you come to the point of realization,
yes,
tell us more about the triggers.
Okay.
When was that time you felt you wanted to take it? Was it only when you're going out? Was it maybe when you're alone? Was it when you're having your friends? What time, what interval did you feel this urge of
The high.
yeah.
The high for me. The high for me was addictive. Weed gives a certain high. Now, those of people may not know. I know there have been different inventions like the cookie weed and all that.
The tea weed.
The tea weed. As we will by then, like those were like jokes. Yeah?
Yeah.
We wanted the real deal where you go to the shamba and you roll
And
it.
roll
Yeah?
it yourself.
And roll it
And
yourself.
yeah, those were small bubbles.
Yeah.
Busting.
And the high was when you smoke it, the high that your brain has in the process. That was the addiction point. And for some reason, if you look at many addictions, I don't know how to call it, doctor. The craving, like where you crave. I don't know how to really say where it comes from, but when when you kind of sense the smell of weed and you're just having this craving, and maybe you're bored at that time. Because remember, I was still young. I was just from high school, hanging out. Started up a business selling clothes. So to keep me also shouting in the market, I would shout in the market.
You
so
needed some
I needed
backup.
some weed. I used to run a clothing business at 19. So I needed some backup to help me shout in the market. And Kisumu is a highly Kisumu has a lot of people. It's cosmopolitan,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of drugs available easily to people. There was weed. There was another one that it's like a tablet, but may prefer the smoke.
The smoking.
Yeah.
So now you asked about how the trigger comes in.
Yes.
From the brain perspective,
Yes.
the trigger does not come before the thought.
Yes.
So what happens is that you were introduced to this
Yes.
drug, and that drug gave you dopamine, the feel good, the
The
excitement.
feel good effect.
Now,
Yes.
from the thought, it creates the feeling.
Yes.
Now, the feeling creates the action. The action goes back to the thought. So
Okay.
it's a vicious
Oh, it's
cycle.
a vicious
It's a
cycle.
vicious
Okay.
cycle. And that cycle brings dopamine, that feel good hormone within
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Now, that is why the trigger, you think
So
about
the
it,
thoughts, the feeling, then action.
action.
Okay.
You think about it, you feel. When you feel, you do. When you
Yes.
do, it creates the thought. So that's
So
how
it's like
addiction
kind of a
comes.
cycle. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Now you are moving from there.
Yes.
You took it, got to understand, maybe you wanted to feel good, you
Yes.
wanted to, something to pump up you. You're in the
Yes.
market, you need
Yes.
backup to, call people.
Yeah.
Then when did you stop? Like, not just stopping, but having the thought of saying, you
Yes.
know what, this seems to be not the right thing that I'm doing.
What caused me to thought? I would attribute it to number one, to God,
Yeah.
because at some point I got saved when I was 19. I got saved when I was 19. And then also the crew now I started hanging out with were the church crew. And the church crew, remember now I'm from a place at some point. Let me take you back. We went drinking somewhere, and I mixed weed with whiskey and all that.
That's
And
a
I've
hard knock.
hard knock. And I found myself in my friend's room on a Monday. We went drinking on a Saturday. I found myself in my friend's room on a Monday. So when I asked how I got there, they also said they don't know how I got there. I just knocked on the door and I slept for more than 13 hours. So when I woke up, I asked myself, what if anything would have happened to me? So that was my journey began there. And I began asking, is it really necessary for me, to go through that process? Yes, I didn't have asthma, but now the addiction was working on me. So then I got saved at some point. Then my crew were hanging out in church. So in church, church people that then were not doing clubs. It's different nowadays. I mean,
Now you
nowadays
knew what not to do.
I
when
knew
you-
what not to do.
Yes.
And just that influence for me really was helping out, because I noticed if you stay away from that influence
Yes.
for a while, because it is hard to get weed,
Yes.
and then the repercussions if you're caught with weed, in Kenya it is illegal. The repercussions and the accessibility kind of is determined by the influence you have. Because if I have a crew that can easily get it, then it is hard to stop.
To stop, yes.
But
Because you
now,
have access.
yeah, because I have access. But now I have a crew that is into church, and for about 1 or 2 years I stopped. But then I got into a problem in my college. I had school fees issues, yes, back in college. So I really wanted to be able to clear my college. I'm a trained hotel manager, like I told you, by profession. So at some point, I got into depression and I went back.
That was after you had
After
made
church,
an
yes.
intentional decision.
Yes,
of
after
quitting.
I'm into church.
Yeah.
Then I owed the college school fees, a lot of money. My parents couldn't afford. I'm mixed up. I'm caught up between this crew of church and this crew that is smoking weed. And really, I love God from my heart. But now I get depressed because I don't want to be thrown out of.
Yes.
I don't want to be thrown out of college. So at some point, I kind of slid back, and I will smoke just to get the depression out.
Before we go
Yeah.
to the sliding back,
Yeah.
there's something I'm trying to scoop out
Yes.
of this discussion. One, his friends
Yeah.
pulled him into the smoking.
Yes.
And later he realized he needed it to survive, to do whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
So he moves from smoking, he starts liquors,
Yes.
and then he feels now the liquors also have to be punched in with the smoking at the same time.
Yes.
But later he started to move away from this. And this is what you normally tell,
Yes.
that the relationship you have with other people is directly proportional to two things. One,
Yes.
the relationship you have with yourself first.
Yes.
He was conscious and realized, you know what? This is not the journey I want to go. That moment in your life where you feel like, you know what, enough is enough,
Yes.
is the beginning
Yes.
of transformation. And the second, he had to realize
Yes.
that he had to now build his
Yes.
relationship with God. That's the
Yes.
second relationship. You can't relate with God if you haven't related with yourself.
Yes.
Now, the third is the environment. He had to cut away or to prune away
Yeah.
some of his friends. But still, because he had not cemented his foundation, he
Yes.
still realized that he needed some,
Yes. Actually, yes.
some to still function.
Yes.
Now, you make a decision, you move through it. Later during that course, you
Yes.
pulling yourself back.
Yes.
How did that affect you, and how did you feel? Because as you said,
Yes.
it brought depression. Now you had two conflicting forces
Yes.
within you.
Within me, yes.
What you want to become and what you are.
Yes.
What you are is you're still having this
feelings,
desire,
yes.
the feeling, the urge
Yeah.
to go back to the old self. Yet you also have this desire, this urge to become the new self.
Yes.
How did that work out for you? How did the battle within work
Now
out?
the battle for me was immense because remember I'm dealing with school fees problem.
Yes.
And I'm like, I've done 4 years in this college. I really don't want to waste this. So I will do, one of the things about me is that when I put my mind to something, I do it.
Yeah.
That's when I think that's how this guy got into me. And when I believe something, I do it. And I go for it.
Yes, yes.
So I said, I'm looking for a way out of my issues. And I remember after lunch one day, a friend gave me a book, a small book. I've never forgotten. Gave me a small book because I loved reading that time. I love reading until now. And that book was like, stop praying to God. Whatever you've been trusting God for, stop it. Start thanking God about it. It's written, small book written from praise something. I can't remember the title, but the book was like, that got me, like, stop praying. So I believed it, and I started saying, God, I thank you for my school fees.
Yeah.
The school fees was a lot by then. We're talking about over 20 years back, about over $150, 150,000. No, about, let me say, about more than $10,000 equivalent back then.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
That was a lot of money.
yeah, that was a lot of money. So I begin following what that book is saying.
So you channeled your thought
I
pattern
channel my thoughts.
from praying
Yes.
to thanksgiving.
To
And that's what
thanksgiving.
you normally tell people.
Yes.
Prayer is not asked. If you have read your Bible,
Yes.
there is nowhere Jesus asked from God,
Yes,
give me
yes,
this. No,
yes.
he was grateful. I have received.
Received, I
And
thank
that
him.
yes.
Yes.